Hello, my name is Jenny Thurman, and I'm a Teen Services Librarian for the Poudre River Public Library District. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips for managing your time. Now, I'm not really great at that myself, so I did a lot of research on what the experts suggested before I made this video. They had a lot to say, so I've narrowed it down to 5 tips that I'm going to share. And at the end of the video, I'll let you know a place you can go to for more information. So let's get started. Tip number 1, use a schedule. Now, a schedule is a little bit different from a planner or a calendar because a schedule is more about your routine than what you will be doing on a specific date. It can be really helpful in establishing patterns and assessing how much time you need for certain regular tasks, and if you are giving yourself enough time. Now, to make a schedule, you start by listing everything you do. Make sure you give yourself enough time for homework and chores, but don't forget to include the fun stuff. Then put each task into blocks of time on a generic weekly calendar. Then use that to help populate your calendar or planner for each week and month. Tip number 2, limit your social media use. Yes, I know you've heard this before, and I'll admit it's one of my weaknesses as well. Now, the experts don't suggest never using social media, but they do say that it's best to make sure that you carve out time in your day when you absolutely do not check it or use it, such as during the time you've set aside for homework, and then to limit your use during the other times as well. There are actually a lot of useful apps that will lock you out of your social media for periods of a time, so you can make it that much harder to spend time checking your feeds when you're meant to be studying. Tip number 3, prioritize your tasks. While it's important that we do our best work in everything, a smart student knows which assignments are more important to their grades and understanding of the material than others are. This goes for chores as well. Feeding pets at the right time, taking out the smelly garbage regularly, and keeping shared spaces tidy is probably more important than doing a deep clean in your bedroom. It can also be tempting to use busy work as a way to procrastinate from doing the work that requires more concentration. Your goal, of course, should be to get everything done, but prioritizing tasks can both help with that and keep failures more manageable when you do mess up, as we all do at times. Tip number 4, turn off your devices at least an hour before bed. Scientists and doctors have found that the light emitted by most electronic devices, such as tablets and phones, does something to your brain that makes it harder for you to fall asleep shortly after being exposed to it. And since getting regular sleep is vital for having the energy to get through your day and do what needs to be done, stopping your use of electronic devices at least an hour before you plan to sleep can be really helpful for managing your energy and time. Tip number 5, break time up into smaller chunks. There may be days when you need to spend several hours on homework, but that amount of work can be really hard to manage all at once. For many people, it can be helpful to break that into smaller chunks, such as 15 minutes or a half hour, and then take short 5-minute breathers in between those chunks of time. If you'd like more information about these time management tips, you'll find more resources about time management on the Poudre River Public Library's teen and tween pages. To get to them, simply go to the main library website, click on Teens, and then to get to the Tweens page, click on Tweens right here. Thank you for joining us for this study tip. Be sure to check in each week for more study tips for tweens and teens from the teen librarians at the Poudre River Public Library District.